world of video cards has recently become a massive monetary success due to artificial intelligence. This has led major leaders in the market to act for their own benefit and reap the rewards of advanced technology. But at what point do we stop and ask, when does the consumer benefit? I believe Advanced Micro Devices, or AMD, Corporation can answer that question. The video card market has been dominated mostly by two large companies, NVIDIA and AMD. While NVIDIA offers less quality, no positive consumer interaction, and deals shady business, I believe AMD is the superior option, as they provide better, cheaper options, they prioritize the consumer, and they aren't linked to major corruption. I can relate to this topic because I'm involved in computer building, which makes me familiar with the current video card market. AMD provides cheaper cards that perform similarly or better than their rivals. I will be directly comparing cards of equivalence. The comparison data will come from benchmarks performed by Jared Wall, a tech journalist for Tom's Hardware, a respected hardware forum. Price comparing quality options from both companies, AMD's RX 6800 and NVIDIA's RTX 3070 Ti cards, AMD's card is cheaper by comparison. According to Amazon.com, a reliable retailer for PC components, they list the cheapest 3070 Ti at $599.99, while AMD's RX 6800 is listed at $359.99. This $240 difference is immense because they are two cards of similar performance. But a couple other differences highlight the cost-performance ratio in favor of AMD. AMD's RX 6800 sports 3,840 GPU cores, running at a clock speed of 1,815 MHz, while NVIDIA's RTX 3070 Ti has 8,704 GPU cores with a slower clock speed of 1,440 MHz. This results in slightly faster performance, surprisingly, for AMD, even though the RX 6800 has less than half the cores of the RTX. It has faster clock speeds, which makes performing tasks more efficient with AMD. With the technical prowess against NVIDIA, it doesn't come so surprising that AMD adapts their GPU releases not just to demands of the market, but also to the consumer. AMD prioritizes the consumer and meets the ever-changing market demands for optimal performance. Take, for example, recent AMD cards have begun to include larger amounts of onboard video random access memory, or VRAM, to adapt to the ever-evolving graphical fidelity of AAA games and softwares. As WCCTF Tech puts it, in their analysis of AMD's marketing blog in 2023, AMD has shared some interesting marketing slides which mainly talk about two things. First one is the ever-increasing demand for VRAM in modern AAA titles. Directly supporting the claim that AMD's change in VRAM amount is more friendly towards modern graphics, the before-mentioned RX 6800 by AMD has 16 gigabytes of RAM, while the RTX 3070 Ti only has 10, which is barely enough to keep afloat using modern applications. AMD understands that optimized applications aren't guaranteed, so giving the consumer more VRAM to use helps future-proof their video card investment. AMD is also a leader in budget GPU. TechRadar.com lists their top 3 best, cheapest cards, 2 of them being AMD, and their number 1 choice, the RX 7600, an AMD card, is listed at an Amazon price of $259.99. This is an absolute bargain for the performance put out by such a low price. Quoting TechRadar's concluding statement, TechRadar states, the RX 7600 effortlessly achieves 60 FPS in the top PC games at 1080p, which is standard resolution, most of which can be played at the highest graphics settings. AMD understands to cater to the consumer by writing trends in technology and graphical innovation. By playing their game smart, they wouldn't have much room in their agenda for unfair business practices, unlike their competitor. AMD's reputation is a far cry from the NVIDIA's, as NVIDIA has a history of unconventional dealings behind the scenes. NVIDIA utilizes predatory pricing and artificial inflation of GPU prices to profit off more buyers and sellers. An example of this is that at the release of the new GPU generation, NVIDIA in 2022 sold their new RTX 4080 for $1,199.99. It's kind of crazy. While around the same time, AMD released their top-of-the-line equivalent card, the RX 7900 XTX, for $999.99. So, why such high markup? Well, it's mostly because NVIDIA knows that they have a market lead in AI, which grants them the confidence to spend extra income from consumers. According to The Economist, they report most analysts expect that NVIDIA, which controls more than 95% of the market for specialist AI chips, will continue to grow at a blistering pace. NVIDIA also has a much larger percentage of insider trading than gaming. According to MarketBeat.com, 3.99% of NVIDIA's stock is owned by insiders, as opposed to AMD's 0.73% of investors owned by insiders. Additionally, MarketBeat also states that insiders have sold a total of 1,342,751 NVIDIA shares in the past 4 months, for a total of around $400 million sold. AMD solely relies on the quality of their products and their market adaptability, which completely outshines the deceptive practices of NVIDIA. In all, the reasons to purchase an AMD video card, if you are in the market for one, heavily outweigh any reason to purchase an NVIDIA GPU. Even being one of the world's largest chip producers in the market, AMD is still an underdog, as purchasing their products ensures powerful, cheap options, consumer prioritization, and unafflicted business practices. You don't have to be a geek to see a good deal and an even better graphical performance.